Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium and the home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The Rambling Wreck is here, and these fans have been waiting since early in the day to get this one cranked up. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Utah Utes, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Leaves it with the running back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On the option. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
Agent George D. Burnell. Agent George D. Burnell.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. Powers through the defender. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And the Utes decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Here comes the option. Picks up the first down. Open runway ahead. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
And this is a great sign for this offense. This O-line is ready to go early. They look like they are lathered up. They're getting pushed. They're dominating at the line of scrimmage. Everything seems to be clicking because of these big fellas up front.
They'll run the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Went to the running game on first down, now 2nd down. The give to the big fullback. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Run it with the fullback. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early on this opening drive for them. They're doing a nice job running the football. They're on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
And the Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. Quarterback checking off. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Give to the fullback. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. And the try is no good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Luna. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. On the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The option look. Now the pitch. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. And after 1, we're tied 0-0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Utes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Murphy. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
On the option. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the running game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Brings up 2nd down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Yellow Jackets will punt it away on 4th down. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Here's the give off the left side. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. They'll run the option. Running through contact. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
I love it. What a play call. Going to the fullback in the running game, and he shows you that he's got some ability. This guy was a big-time high school running back, and he shows you the wiggle. He's got some ability to break tackles, and he helps his offense out.
Clock ticks down. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Power football with the run. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Kemp. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
The Utes are on the move. Motion from the offense. They'll throw it on first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Give to the running back. Runs through a tackle.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They'll pass on the 46-yard field goal attempt and go for it here. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. The throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Looking to throw. It's complete to the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Good play call on defense. Third down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up fourth.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Defense playing a bail technique. He'll start this drive firing. Going to try to get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Caught behind the line. It's Kemp. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback checking the play. He'll come out throwing on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. And the Yellow Jackets are in the hurry-up. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Utes will line up to kick off and start the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Not a lot of offense, in fact, no offense in terms of scoring there in the first half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical, they've been making plays. So now, which of these offenses can break the tie? It's not going to be easy, but for this offense now taking the ball here first in the second half, they've got to get something going.
Finally giving the defense some credit. How did that feel coming out of your mouth? Did it hurt? Like, did you not like to say that? It sounded painful.
I just threw up in my mouth.
On second down, wants to throw it. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. The back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You sort of get the feeling here in the second half with the game tied. It very easily could come down to which of these two quarterbacks has the football last. Bit of a blown opportunity there on 3rd down with that incompletion. This guy's going to have to lock in for the remainder of the game.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make the play. Someone's got to break a tackle and make an incredible catch and just give some life to this offense.
And whatever you can, whatever it takes. Don't worry about looking pretty. That's out the window. We've already looked really, really ugly. We got to find something that works to put some points on the board.
The give to the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Right back to the well.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Goes to the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A 3rd and long coming up here. He's looking to throw. Buys a little extra time. Zings it complete to the right. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. Using his feet. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for room. It's Luna. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. To the ground with the back. Touchdown, Utah! They take the lead with the 6.
And finally, somebody gets on the scoreboard. A first half of no points, 0-0. Now in the third quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trendsetter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Washington is in major trouble today. The folks out there in Seattle are heading for the exits with more determination than a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run. They're trailing by 18 to Tennessee. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Fires to the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's on target and complete. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And the fullback, this takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it, too. Nice little pickup, little agility, little speed, but mostly a lot of just girth and strength and just grown man.
It was a nice play there, handing it off to the fullback, and the defense is lucky. That strong safety came downhill. He made that tackle. If he doesn't make it, who knows, guys? I mean, that might have been a touchdown.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Final play of the quarter coming. They'll try the run. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter.
And after 3, we are all tied up.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Now on the option. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
On the move, it's Lincoln. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
The Utes are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. Hard running there. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Well, this is the point of the game in the fourth quarter where turnovers matter so much. The defense knows if they can just find a way to steal a possession, they're giving themselves an opportunity to win it, and they do it right there. Physical play, you see the speed, and they're able to create the TO.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Give to the big fullback. Across the 25. drive. He's got room. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Well, this defense has to know that this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He's a guy that can carry the football as well. He went ahead and got that first down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Wide out in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. The big fullback's got it. He breaks a tackle. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. Can't get him to the ground. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
And those 4th and 3, 4th and 4 situations are really tough. Is it a passing situation? Is it a running situation? I really got to see my keys, go get it. Defense was just a step slow. They give up the 4th down run.
The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. On the option. Now the pitch. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Split backs here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Here comes the option. Fights off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. They'll go to the fullback. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one.
Well, how about that play call? 3rd down, turn it around, hand it to the big fella, your fullback, and he does the work to get the 1st.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Sticks it in his belly. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down coming up. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. What they would give to help their kicker out with a few yards on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 55-yarder. fast motion from the offense. They'll run the option. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And they'll drag him down after a good return.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
Quickly complete. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Takes the handoff. It's Luna. Got enough space. Touchdown, Utes! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position, too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Wide receiver shows motion. On second down, he'll let it fly. They're setting up the screen. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on second down. He makes the connection. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert third and short. The give to the fullback. At the 40, there he goes. Hit the afterburners, kid. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves.
Well, the offense needs a touchdown now, and this is where you've got to be able to run the football. When you get to this area of the field, the windows are so much smaller to throw into, so they would love to be able to take over the line of scrimmage here and keep pressing this thing closer and closer to the end zone.
Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Timeout, Georgia Tech.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. He's looking to throw. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game, but it all comes down to this play right here.
Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. Quarterback will audible. Wants to pass. Got his man in the middle. And the defense makes the stand. Never got close to the goal line, and they'll turn it over on downs. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Fans of defense probably love this game, guys. Fans of offense, not so much. But fans of winning? Oh, everybody's a fan of winning, and they found a way to get it done.
A win is a win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you get it done. This was not pretty by any stretch. Phenomenal defense, offense. They've got a lot of work to do coming up. And at the end of the day, David, that's a happy lot for them.
Yeah, you know what? You pretty boys say it's not pretty. That was beautiful. That was gorgeous. You talk about hitting people. You talk about tackling. You talk about physicality. Yes, please. I like all those. That was pretty to me.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.